All right, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Hopefully you guys are having a great rest of your day, start to your day, whatever time it may be. And something pretty sketchy happened a few days back. Could have potentially totaled the Shelby GT350 as well as two other cars at the same time because your boy popped the tire mid-race. Now, I have my POV as well as the 360 cam POV from one of the other cars when it happened. And it was incredibly scary. So if you guys are interested in keeping up with the content with the Shelby GT350 as well as the S650 Mustang GT, feel free, drop a like on the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications. In this video, we are hopefully gonna be getting the Shelby GT350 back on the road because not only did we pop a tire, we also bent a wheel, which I don't even know how that even happened. All right, so here we go. Pop this tire, the rear driver's side tire. Now, it did not actually come off the wheel. I think what happened was I might have hit something on the road and it put like a puncture in the tire, which caused the air to quickly let out because I thought the car just spun when it kind of leaned to the left. I thought it was just spinning, but I've never spun like that on the Mickey Thompson ET Street R's. And then when I got back to our regroup spot, the tire was on the ground. So I'm like, what happened? Still kind of confused on how I popped the tire, but you know what? It is what it is. Luckily, you know, we didn't crash. We didn't crash into anybody else. So that is a dub, but got a fresh Mickey Thompson ET Street R tire as well. We're gonna go ahead and get that swapped out hopefully today. And somehow I bent the front wheel. I don't know how that happened. As you can see right there, I don't know how that happened at all because I know for a fact I didn't hit anything. There's no curb rash, nothing. This wheel got bent. This wheel, from what I can see, did not get bent. Hope it didn't get bent. So we'll be able to get that swapped out today. But I have a new front wheel right here. We're gonna go ahead and swap over because I actually had this wheel in the box for quite some time because that wheel actually got damaged at a shop. They ordered me a new wheel, nice of them, but I never really swapped it because it was only noticeable to me if you weren't looking for it. Now that it's actually bent, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and swap that out. So yeah, I don't know what happened, but like I said, luckily, you know, nobody got hurt. I didn't get hurt, no other cars got hurt, and the car didn't like spin out. It just spun crazy, leaned to the left, but I'm still confused on how this actually happened. Really confused on how this actually happened. Now I'm gonna go ahead and play the footage, my footage, as well as the 360 cam footage. You can literally see like the tire kind of like rippling and going down mid-run, which is incredibly scary because I could have easily just veered all the way to the left, took out two cars. Oh man, I don't even think about it. I don't even want to think about it. It could have been absolutely terrible and it would have been a wrap because there was a wall on the other side. I don't even want to think about it. It would have been bad. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but this is probably why the car spun like crazy that last run, because the tire, I don't know. Shit. It is rubbing now. Damn. That's crazy. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think happened, because popping a tire is one thing, it can happen to anybody, but bending the front wheel, I don't even know how that even happens. Now, the real question is how I'm gonna get the car to a tire shop, because, well, you know, the rear is completely done. I actually went ahead and put that, you know, quick fill tire glue, like when this happened like a couple days ago, and it actually held like 25 PSI for quite some time, but obviously the car's been sitting for a couple days waiting on the tire to show up. It's now flat. I might see if I can just like air it up probably just to legitimately get it on a tow truck because I'm within towing to get it to where I need to go. Or maybe I can even go ahead and just like limp the car there. I'm not really too sure. I'm pretty sure they actually do like mobile tire dismount, mount balancing. I'm gonna look into that, because if I can just get somebody to come here and then just go ahead and dismount and mount technically 2 wheels and tires, that would be a massive W. But yeah, we'll see. We shall see. Because I'm trying to get this done today, because there actually is a car meet later tonight that I'm trying to go to. And I also want to go ahead and take this up to an alignment shop just to make sure that there's nothing, you know, potentially rubbing, because that's something that I think potentially could have happened. Maybe the tire rubbed against something and popped, because the tires don't have too many miles on them. There's like 65, 7K miles on the rear tires. Yes, they're ET Street R's, but I know for a fact I could get like at least 10K miles out of them, because I don't, you know, do digs. I don't take it to the strip, and half the miles are legitimately just cruising on the highway going 60. So I know I got a couple more extra miles left, couple thousand more miles left. So I definitely want to get some stuff checked out, just to make sure, you know, we're good to go, because there is another road trip that I might go on at the end of the month, and I do not want this to happen when I'm like 3 hours away. You know, 15 minutes away, whatever, but like 3 hours away, no. All right, so I want to see if the tire could be inflated, and it did actually inflate. Put it to about like 35 PSI. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's definitely it's losing air. I can hear it right kind of toward the back. So I'm thinking it might be rubbing on something. I need to get this car jacked up. I need to take it to an alignment shop just to make sure everything is good, so I can see if, you know, something is rubbing, because if something is rubbing, it's just going to happen again with the new tire. So I don't want that to happen. But right now there's about like 30, I'd say probably 30 PSI on this tire. So at least it was able to be aired up, but it needs to be replaced 100%. I know it can't be patched because it's on the inside. And if you can't see where the hole is, odds are it can't be patched, which is exactly why I went ahead and got a new tire. But I'm actually surprised it actually went up, because it was on the ground, as you saw earlier.
One eternity later.
All right, getting the tires swapped out, or one tire and a wheel swapped out. Incredibly windy, but I'm trying to see where it could have potentially rubbed. I'm not noticing anything at all. I mean, maybe this. Maybe this. That might have been it, honestly. Yeah, I think that might have been it. Honestly, maybe this. This might have been it. Here is the front wheel. It was bent like right here. I don't know how this even happened at all, but here's a tire that popped, and I think it's right here. I think it was right here. So maybe I was wrong. Maybe it did rub on something. You can see where I put the glue. Incredibly windy. I'm trying to see exactly where it could have popped, because I could have sworn it was not. I don't know, y'all. That's crazy. Well, we're getting it swapped out now. Oh, that 100% think this is probably why the tire popped. 100%, because they're all covered. It's like I need to either file this down or cover it. Alright, so back in the car on the way home. Man, crazy. I can't believe that actually happened. I'm still kind of confused on how the front wheel got bent, and I'm also kind of confused on how I popped the rear tire. After the tire and wheel was actually mounted, the rear tire and wheel was actually mounted, I kind of looked at exactly where that kind of protrusion was, and there's no way that actually could have caused, like it was impossible for that to be rubbing. So I must hit something on the road, 100%. I'm still gonna go ahead and take the car to a shop for an alignment, because I actually did not get the car aligned when I went from the lowering springs to the stock suspension, and I also never got the car aligned after I went from the OEM wheels to the weld wheels, even back when I had the Nitto R2. So I probably should go ahead and get an alignment. The car drove straight. I didn't really think I need an alignment, but after this whole ordeal, I think it's probably safe that I should go ahead and say I need to get an alignment. Now, yeah, that's definitely interesting. Definitely interesting, y'all. I'm gonna drop off this tire at the house and get this other wheel out the car, and my my compressor at the car as well, and then I'm gonna head over to a shop right now to go ahead and get everything taken a look at, just to make sure we're good to go, because I definitely don't want to go racing and this happen again, and I definitely don't want to go on a road trip like 3 hours away and this happening. So we're gonna make sure everything is good to go. All right, back with the normal POV. Headed to the shop right now, and I make sure everything is good to go, because I don't think we're rubbing on anything, honestly. I think I just hit something on the road that caused that tire to just pop. I don't know what happened, but it is what it is. It held some air though, which is kind of surprising, but it did have that, you know, that tire fluid that you can go ahead and do like that, you know, quick repair to get the car, you know, 10-15 minutes where you need to get to. So, you know, luckily, you know, it held like 20 psi, which is ironically, you know, 5 psi lower than what I normally have the tires. So all good. Was able to go ahead and get that swapped out. Now, I took it a discount tire because it's close by, and like really close by, and I knew that the car would be able to get there with, you know, that tire, you know, quick repair, whatever stuff you put into it. Now they actually did put different valve stems on the driver's side, because I had to get essentially like the front wheel dismounted and the rear wheel dismounted. So they're like black and chrome. It never really, you know, occurred to me to say, hey, put black valve stems, same thing as the passenger, but I kind of like the valve stems they put on the driver's side. I might have to get them swapped out for the passenger, because it does actually go with the wheels quite well, and I think it actually makes the car pop a little bit more. So I might have to go ahead and do that. I'll show you guys when I pull over, or not pull over, I'll show you guys when I get to where I need to get to, the difference. It's not like crazy different, like you wouldn't notice it unless you like went looking for it. The only reason I noticed it is because you know, I obviously went ahead and checked to make sure they didn't damage my wheel, because we all know what can happen at discount tire if you don't monitor them. You know, they might not even, you know, torque your shit down, but yeah, I made sure they did everything. But I think I might have to get them swapped out on the passenger side, because I think it looks quite good. In my personal opinion, I think it looks quite good. Quite good. Definitely do like these welds I have on the car. I think they're probably the best welds that can actually clear the big brakes. It's 103 actually, holy shit. is hot out here, y'all. It's no joke here in Texas, man. It's ridiculous. I feel like it's all the southern states right now, 100 plus degrees. I wonder how hot it is in Arizona right now. It might not even be 103. It might be like 90 something. It's literally 103 right now. What the hell? If you guys are unaware, if you're living under a rock, Chevy announced the ZR1X, which is actually quite insane. Now, I know a lot of people are like kind of going crazy saying that, oh, you know, the GTD is pretty much irrelevant now. You know, Ford is, you know, they're done for because Chevy released an 1,000 horsepower ZR1 with the dual motor, electric, and obviously a combustion engine. But at the same time, it's like the price point that ZR1X is at, I feel like it doesn't even like matter. Like it's so far away from what, you know, the normal car enthusiast is going to spend money on. Because I mean, it's like supercar price, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna spend like over 150K, I don't think anybody is really going to go buy a domestic car in all reality. I know I wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't be getting a Ford, a Chevy, or, you know, a Dodge for over 100 grand. I mean, I'd definitely be looking at something, you know, that actually is worth 100 grand. But yeah, it's crazy. Hopefully we can go ahead and see those on the road. Hopefully they're not cars that people are just gonna buy and never take out, because, you know, it theoretically would be ridiculous. With like, imagine putting like, you know, headers on it and just like an E85 tune. Holy shit, it would be crazy. that car would be absolutely crazy. I think the GTDs are about to hit the streets soon too. So I'm really curious to see how those actually perform with basic modifications like long tube headers, and obviously like the E30 blend that you could do with the other S650s. I think those are going to be pretty good as well. Obviously, you know, nowhere near as fast, but they should be pretty stout. They should be around like where I'd say the 2020 GT500s are at, probably with like a tune and stuff like that. You know, if we're talking about just putting E30 in it, I think it'll be around there, which honestly, you know, for the price, you know, it doesn't really make sense to buy a GTD, but it's just for what, you know, the car represents. I get it, but I'm really excited to see what Ford does with the new GT500 or the Cobra that we should be getting in the very, very near future. It should be nice. Hopefully it makes closer to 1,000. It's got to make closer to 1,000. Got to. It's absolutely got to make more than, you know, 850. Because if it made like, let's say 850, people would be upset, including myself, even though 850 is no joke.
One eternity later.
All right, so it's a few hours later, obviously, and the car is back on the road. Got this wheel swapped out, mounted on the same tire, and we got this tire swapped out, mounted on the same wheel. Car is dirty because it's been sitting out for a couple days, but it's all good. Nothing a detail can't go ahead and manage. Yes sir, gotta get a fresh detail. As you can see, we have like the straight black valve stems, and then on driver's side, it's kind of like the black and the chrome. Let me know which one you like better, this or the straight black. Honestly, I don't know, I think I kind of like these more. I ain't gonna lie, I think I kind of like these more. I think it makes the wheels pop. Let me know. I ain't gonna do nothing until y'all say something. But you know, it's something that, you know, you wouldn't notice unless, you know, you got up on the car. I think I might go with those because I think it gives the car a little bit extra, in my personal opinion. But yeah, let me know what y'all think. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap the video up here. Hopefully the weather is gonna be cooperating with us for the weekend, because it's been really inconsistent these past couple of days. Some days it's sunny, hot, no clouds, no wind. Another day it's gonna be just raining like crazy, monsoon level winds, just super you know, bad for cars. So hopefully we're good for this weekend. If you guys enjoyed, feel free, drop a like in the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn those post notifications, and above all, make sure y'all stay safe out there. Catch you in the next one. Deuces.